Bobbi DePorter is back on Big Blend Radio with Nancy and Lisa today. Bobbi is the co-founder of Super Camp, which is the world's leading summer academic achievement program for teens and preteens. Check it out. Go to supercamp.com. But she is joining us today because I believe she has a story mission for us that we have to accomplish on our Love Your Parks tour, Nancy.
Cool.
Yeah, Bobbi.
I like it.
Bobbi, welcome.
Yeah.
What's under your sleeve?
Well, happy to be here and love that you're out there getting stories for our youth success stories. You know that there's so many successful youth and they don't feel that way often because of the narrow definition of success. Often, it's that I got straight A's in school or I'm a star athlete, but there are so many examples of youth doing really incredible things out there, inspiring things. And oftentimes they're quiet and their stories need to be told. So, that they appreciate being listened to. And I know it brings so much pride to them to, one, discover their stories and then tell it to others. It makes a huge difference for them.
Well, I'm so glad you said that because I know we've had conversations with youth that have gone through the Super Camp program. I know you're also the co-founder of the Community Alliance of Youth Success and talk to youth that are standing up and getting their stories out there. And it is hard. It's very hard to there's shyness too, and there's so many things that youth are doing. There's the youth success story from the youth, but then there's also the stories, I think, of communities. So do you want us to do both on our tour? Do you want to see stories from the youth themselves and then stories about what the communities are doing for the youth?
Yes, because it is a collaborative effort, because when youth are there doing what they're doing and then community stands up to support them and start telling their stories about how they're supporting the youth, it comes together. It's kind of like I know what you know, we're supporting you, you're supporting me, and it does create that sense of community that we want to live in because there's so much isolation. And just coming together with story, it's like, wow, I didn't even know you were there, and here you are listening to me and connecting, and it's very fulfilling for both sides.
I love that. Just the other day, Nancy and I go to parks. Go figure. There's this amazing trail system here in Tucson, Arizona, where the city and the county and all these different agencies came together to connect what's called the Loop. It's 131 miles of trail, and it's for cyclists. You can walk it. Some parts you can horse ride it. And they finished connecting it all. And, you go down south of Tucson, it's like different counties. We've got, different towns. And it's level, and you go out and you'll see families going, and they're connected to all these parks. And Nancy and I are discovering all these community parks, which is why we're really glad that it's the Love Your Parks tour, because we really realize the value. You see families coming in and playing volleyball or just friends getting out there and doing things, but we're seeing all generations, all ages in these parks, all in one place, united. And it's a really cool feeling to kind of look out and see this diverse group of people, whether it's age, whether it's race, gender, who knows what the political beliefs are. But in that moment, when you look out, you see everybody in this happy, healthy zone, and it's like, wow, this is cool. But the other day, we went out to a park. It's called Naranja Park. It's in Oro Valley, Arizona. And we went there because it looked like a really cool park, community park. But we also discovered a lot of these parks are connected with a public art trail, which is amazing. So that 131 acres of trails, 131 miles, of trails, is also connected to art everywhere, sculptures, you name it. And Oro Valley has their own program, so we went there. And at the entrance of the park, and I kid you not, is a giant sculpture of like a quail family of all ages. And one quail, it's a sculpture, and they're painted. And one quail has a kite. One's a little baby quail, and she's wearing her little swimsuit. There's a mama quail. There's all these quail. And so we're like, oh, this is so fun. It's fun, right? And you think that's exactly what you think of going to a park, and it's representing the nature. Well, I looked up to see who the artist was, and lo and behold, This was a youth summer project, so the youth did this sculpture. Now, is that a youth success story? Would you say that's a good one?
That's a beautiful one. I love it. Very creative and connects.
Yeah.
The quail are so cute.
They're
cute.
I know.
I want them.
So those are the kind of things I think that I'm finding there's a lot of programs actually of youth getting involved in cleaning up as well. So do you think that helps, that kind of program, in regards to battling graffiti and things like that, vandalism that sometimes happens?
Well, it gives purpose, and they feel like their life has meaning and they're contributing. When you're contributing out there, you start feeling good about yourself, and behaviors change as well. So it's youth. There's a lot of things that are youth initiated, where they take responsibility and come up with the ideas. And there's others where communities can design opportunities or platforms or such for the youth. So it's all about these interconnections and coming together to create something.
There was a school in the Porterville area in California that the kids got together and they decided they wanted to garden, and they're in the gardening class, but they decided that they wanted an organic garden, and they wanted to grow the food to give it to the cafeteria so they could eat it later, which I think that's really smart. And so they have an organic garden. They grow what they can. They can't grow everything, but they grow enough that's used in the school cafeteria, and I think that's really smart. And they insisted on organic, and I'm like, good for you.
See, that's different than getting the straight A's all the time, right, Bobbi? That implementing, and actually now it's connecting to another program within the school. So this youth success model, sometimes it also needs to be part of the schools too.
It does, and students here in our community got together and created a youth success club. Well, they created that on their own, getting together and asking their administration for permission and meet every week. But now that they've created it, and then other adults come in and support them, but they're the ones creating, what are the activities we want to do, what are the stories we want to tell, and they partner with adults and they welcome them in to interact and love hearing their stories as well.
This is cool. Now, you're also the creator of the 8 Keys of Excellence program, which we're ambassadors for happily. The 8 Keys of Excellence, an amazing character development program, character education program. It's free for families, so everyone, you can check it out at 8keys.org, the number 8. And also you have a school program for that and a teacher's program. 8 Keys of Excellence, would this be a really good starting point for all ages, for families, in regards to thinking about youth success?
Oh, it absolutely is, because for me, youth success starts with who you are as a person. And oftentimes, youth have not had the conversations or adults to talk with, or even spend time reflecting themselves. And the 8 Keys of Excellence are principles to live by. And so the students read about these principles and how that affects my life, and they internalize them and adopt them, and they become who they are. And when youth spend time reflecting and hold these principles, they start having a certain pride about themselves, because they know, I am a person that holds good values. I am a person who is, committed in other positive aspects of my life, and they feel good about themselves. That way that they stand taller and want to express themselves and reach out to others.
Right on. So everyone, 8keys.org for that, and also go to supercamp.com. Summer's coming; it's always coming. So we got to check that out year-round. Thank you so much, Bobbi. We accept this mission, and we're on the roll. So expect to see a photograph of quail soon. A giant
quail.
Quail.
Look forward to it.